Welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. We're going to do just a few short things. We're going to give you some general information about the book study and how we are going to run the cohort this year. As Vince pointed out, we are housing everything in our Google site, and you can access that through the code that's up at the top left by the IU29 logo. So we're going to introduce ourselves first. I'm Ashley Hess. I'm a tech consultant here at IU29, and my colleagues and I participated in a book study at the IU level last year with Mindset, and we really liked it. It ties in very well to MTSS, which is an initiative that all of you know about and have participated in at some point with us. So we are very excited to sort of extend MTSS into this idea of mindset. So I'm joined here by...
I'm Annie Molesky, Supervisor SEM here at the IU. One thing I really liked about this growth mindset series that we are starting and that we worked on in the book study is how the book ties not only to academics and what you do for the students, but also can tie to your personal life as well.
Hi, I'm Beth Chigarella. I work in the tax department with Ashley as well on behavior initiatives, the autism team, the MTSS team, and LRE. Annie couldn't have said it better about the book. It's an amazing book for both professional and your personal life. So you'll really enjoy it.
And I'm Vince Hoover, Supervisor of Math at the IU. And yeah, this book is great. The book Mindset, and we also read another book called The Innovator's Mindset. We got a lot of information off of that. The book Mindset talks a lot about not only education, but also parenting, business, coaching, just a lot of different aspects of changing your mindset and for your own self.
Okay, so just a note about the books. The books have been ordered, and we are going to be distributing them probably within the next week or two. So we'll keep you updated on that. Beth is going to talk in a few minutes about what the expectations are ahead of our first training. And so please know that you will get the books. Also, a lot of the information that we are sharing with you throughout both days will be posted on this Google site. So you can see that Vince has different tabs up on the top. So everything that we are discussing today can be found under virtual meeting, and then you will have day 1 resources and day 2 resources as well. So this will sort of be our hub to keep all of our information together. So we would suggest bookmarking this website because it is unique, and that is case sensitive. So as you see it there is exactly how you have to type it in. So what we're going to do for the next few minutes, we're going to start with some introductions so we can hear from each of you. You're going to tell us your name, your school district, what your current position is, and if you had any sort of rationale for why you wanted to be a part of our book study. We would love to hear that. And then we're going to talk briefly about norms. Vince is going to take us through a little poll to get us started thinking about mindset. And then Beth is going to finish up talking about the expectations for the 2 days of training.
Would you like to start, Nancy?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, sure.
Your name was the first one I saw on the list, so.
Okay. I'm Nancy Nestor. I teach at North Schuylkill Elementary. I'm the gifted support teacher, instructional coach / Title I math. I'm interested in the growth mindset. I learned some things about it through being involved with the Gifted program here. And what else am I supposed to say?
That was good.
That was good? Okay, thank you.
Tammy, would you like to go? You'll have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yep,
Yeah.
you're good.
Okay. So I'm Tammy Crin. I'm out at Williams Valley. I have not done one of these on this computer yet, so bear with me. I work as our special ed supervisor, and I was excited to see this being offered because I had picked up one of the growth mindset books in the past year, and then life in school happens and it gets put aside. So what I'm seeing is that this really has the potential to move not only our staff, but our students forward. So that was my reason.
Excellent. Thanks, Tammy.
Stacy, it looks like you're up.
Hello?
Yep, you're good.
Am I good? Okay, sorry. So my name is Stacy Minahan. I am the principal at the Schuylkill Technology Center South Campus. I first heard about this book from Diane Best, who I'm working with for School Climate, and she told me I had to read it as part of my assignment. So I started doing that probably a year and a half ago or a year ago, and I never finished it. So when I saw this, she kind of said, you know, this is a good way to finish it. So I thought she was right, and I think that it should be interesting. I like what I read so far, so I want to finish it. So I figured I'd give it a shot, and if I had other people forcing me to do it, then I would actually finish it. So, and then I forced the rest of my team to do it too. So that's why they're here, even if they tell you differently. All right.
Sounds good. And Bill,
Hello.
hi.
Hi.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
That's great. That's exciting. Because I'm using a computer here that I have no clue what's going on. But Bill Mack, social studies teacher at the STC North Campus now. They moved me up to North from South last year. And Stacy was our leader with the School Climate Initiative. And she said it'll be really beneficial to enroll and see what it's all about. So I'm kind of a newbie to all this stuff, but I'm definitely interested in the topic.
Sounds good.
Good, thank you.
And I see Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy Weller. I think I unmuted myself. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Excellent, I apologize. Tracy Weller, principal at Williams Valley. Hi, Tammy. I picked this for the whole piece about moving into the professional learning opportunities, moving past that professional development and just the pedagogy versus moving into the andragogy and trying to work about how adults learn and get them re-energized and support that professional development piece that the principal should kind of have a role in, as well as supporting teachers and students. So that's why I'm here.
Great.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to kind of go over some norms. If you've come to a training here at the IU and since school started this year, we've kind of the TAC department and curriculum department have added in this kind of piece to our presentations as a way to kind of keep everybody on track and, you know, not waste your time or our time, but just some guidelines that we'd like to follow throughout this series that we're doing. So the norms that we kind of have is listen to others and respect their thinking. I think especially as we're interpreting what's in a book, people may have different interpretations, and to listen to what they have to say and what they thought of or what sparked their thinking when they read a certain portion is really great to think about with this book study. To ask thoughtful questions. No question is a dumb question, and only ask those questions, you know, ask any questions that you think are pertinent to what we're talking about. Definitely be mindful of appropriate technology use. This is more so when we're meeting in person, and you know, we want our time to be worthwhile. And I know, you know, things come up and people have their cell phones out and things like that, and that's fine. But we just want you to be mindful of using technology. Volunteer your ideas. You know, we want to hear what everybody has to think and everybody has to share. And just respect each other's time. You know, arrive on time then we get you out on time. But if anybody else has any other norms, any other guidelines that they think that might be pertinent to our study, definitely share those. But those were kind of like the 5 overall that we were thinking that would pertain to what we're doing here. So, all right, Vince.
All right, I'm up next. So I have the interactive portion of our presentation. So what I want you to do, either on your device that you have nearby, your cell phone like I have mine here, or in another browser on your computer that you're currently on. You can minimize kind of our screen to the side a little bit. But I want you to go to this website, menti.com, and that's going to ask you for a code, and that code is 133034. And when you get to that link, it's going to ask for that code. It's going to ask you one question, and the question is, using 1 or 2 words, tell us something that you feel that you cannot succeed at, something that you would never consider yourself be able to do. Like for me, it might be cooking, but you can put in any word you would want there, and this is going to kind of populate on the screen below. So again, the directions are menti.com on your phone, browser, or just in another browser tab on your screen. And then the code is 133034. Annie, Beth, and Ashley, you're welcome to do it as well. If you want to put in some of your words too. We did that earlier, but you can go ahead. I refreshed the page, so you're welcome to try it out again.
Sounds good.
And as you guys populate it, your words are going to start showing up right here. So we'll give you a couple minutes to do that. I want to do it myself as well. So let's see how many responses we got so far. All right, we got 11 responses. That's awesome. So as you can see here, there's lots of things that we consider ourselves not to be able to do. Drawing is the one that was the most popular. That's why it's larger than the rest. So it's interesting to see the differences here. And math is on there too. And being a former math teacher, that's interesting to me. The cartwheel is me. I can't do a cartwheel. Running is another one on there. Ice skating, interesting. And it's interesting that you guys put in drawing here, because we have an awesome video to talk about at our first session that relates to drawing and being an artist. And because that's something we can usually consider ourselves, that's kind of, we think is a skill that we can't really get. We just think we're kind of born with that skill. Music is another one that people kind of just think they're musically talented or they're not. But this book will talk about kind of that aspect too. And we have a great little session on that topic specifically. So we're gonna also we're recording this session as well. So if you're watching the recording, you're welcome to do the same thing. The responses will change as you continue to add to this page. So if you are watching the recording, make sure you go to the link right up here, and you'll see the updated version after today. So, but I will turn it over now to Beth. And again, we're just on this link that's listed right up here. If you came in a little bit late, you can go ahead and access that link after this. We're just jot this down right now. I believe these are case sensitive. because you're going to want that for our sessions as well. But Beth, I will turn it over to you.
Okay, hello. As Ashley had mentioned, you will be receiving the book coming up soon. And if you look, there's a picture at the bottom of the expectations. But by December 5th, we ask just that you read chapters 1 to 4, and there are guiding questions for chapters 1 to 4. There is also a Word document that you could, the discussion guide template is all able to be downloaded onto your computer. So that way, while you're reading, you can type the answers in and bring it to the meeting or bring it to the session day 1. So each of the chapters has a guiding question or anything that moved you in that chapter. You don't have to just limit it to the questions that we ask throughout chapters 1 through 4. So those are the expectations for chapters 1 to 4. We will be meeting at STC South on December 5th, and it'll be a full day of working together as a group, sharing out. We'll have a lot of interesting activities and great things for you to do. Read chapters 5 to 8 by February 6th. Come ready to discuss the questions for chapters 5 to 8. You can also sing happy birthday to me. My birthday is the next day. Okay. And you will again attend the full day discussing the rest of that book. So like we said, we're going to drop the book off for you, and you're getting the new edition, which is excellent.
One thing to think about with that new edition, the page numbers that we have set are actually for the old edition, and when we went to purchase the books, the new editions were out, and there's about a 20-page difference. So those page numbers that are on those guiding questions may be altered just a little bit, but realistically it's going to be 8 chapters. So the chapters will remain the same, but the page numbers might differ a little bit.
And we'll try to adjust them when we get the new edition as well. Does anyone have any questions or comments or concerns? Anything you would like to talk about with us before we close up?
If you don't like public speaking, you can type it into the chat too. Okay. We will, once we get those books out, we will kind of distribute them as soon as possible.
And we will also be sending out a link. We are recording this. There were quite a few people who were unfortunately unable to join us live today. So if there's anything that you want to go back and look at again, I will be sending out that link within the next couple days.